Let's go.
Jeffrey Dahmer soaked in blood. The Unabomber blowing up. Waco, Texas, and Heaven's Gates. Aliens modified, meant for apes. JFK shot in the head by the CIA. Bigfoot and the Mothman. Son of Sam talking to dogs again. Witches, ghosts, and goblins. Mysterious noise and hauntings. Dark arts in the skull and bones. Most celebrities are probably cloned. So if you're feeling all alone, crack a beer and get stoned. I welcome you to the podcast Strange Brew. We're here to entertain you. We're here to entertain you.
It's about to get strange.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Welcome back. We're going to get into some aliens, but until then, I'm your host, Tomcat, aka Tom Thompson, the Raptilian. You can find all my music at all music platforms. I'm working on a new album. It's almost out. I have one more song to do, and then I will be releasing it. And who is joining me on this strange journey?
I like old fights. Here to talk about some fucking aliens. Just aliens.
Just aliens. So funny. I was joking. Yeah, it's crazy. I was like, I don't know if I have another one. I'll do that one instead. It's Jeffrey Dahmer in his actual apartment, and he opens the fridge and he like looks at all his body parts and smiles. Because I was like, I don't know if like having him eating a heart right in the first like 30 seconds of the intro.
I know, I was fucking low energy. The intro always hypes me up so much. I was so low energy, and then I was like watching it like fucking eating.
That's what we used to even when we would sit together and we would record the show or whatever. We're just sitting and we would play the intro, even if we didn't really need to, because I added in after just to kind of get us hyped up, because it's like you're in it now. You know?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Ghost to
That's
ghost.
it. You got to start with the heart being eaten, ripped apart like Mike Tyson. That's that's hype. Good.
I'll eat his children. I'll tear out his heart. That's crazy. Some of the shit he used to say. It's crazy. Yeah, so there's some crazy UFO stuff going on. For the people that see this after on YouTube, we can't go live on YouTube right now. We are banned from posting anything for a week because I did a solo episode about the Great Replacement. And the replacement, not the great one. It's not so great. And you can't even mention this stuff, which clearly makes me think that it is clearly happening everywhere. Yeah. My eyes look, I can see it, and it's just so the full episode you'll only be able to catch on Patreon. I'll see if I'll put out the audio for all the fans that listen on audio, but I forgot to go live on Rumble. So the first hour of it is now going to be only exclusive, at least the video for now, on Patreon. So that's why you support the Patreon. The 13 of you over there. But yeah, we're back. This will be exciting. I thought this would be interesting because there's a lot of weird UFO stuff going on. So the past couple of years have plunged into the UFO or UAP now. I don't like how they changed the word, but fuck them. Into this weird and most volatile and bizarre phase yet. Official government actions record sightings, military encounters that defy physics, claims of close contact with aliens, and a chilling wave of deaths and disappearances amongst connected experts have blurred the lines between documented anomalies, cover-ups, and outright extraterrestrial speculation. While many of the incidents have been mundane explanations, the volume of unresolved cases and high-stakes drama keep the mystery alive and growing. When did you first get into aliens? Researching aliens, looking up alien things?
When I was like 6 or 7. Very early. I remember one of the first books. Did you ever read like the Bigfoot alien stuff?
Bigfoot is an alien.
Yeah, and so that was one of the first books I read. So I lived in the haunted house.
Like a mystery book?
Yeah, no, it wasn't a mystery. It was people who said Bigfoot came down to their house. There was like a UFO. It came down, and then they saw Bigfoot, and they followed Bigfoot, and then a UFO came down and took Bigfoot away, and they looked in, and there was multiple Bigfoots. Big feet.
Man, you're so haunted, bro.
I figured it out. It's not spirits, unfortunately. It's
what is it?
It's my. I'm pretty sure it's this. Check this out. I think it's this. It's a fake fur blanket that I sit on. See, I think it's
There's no way.
yeah. I knew last time too. I knew it was this, and then I see. Look at that. See,
Oh yeah.
and I kind of had a suspicion last time that it was that, but I wanted to seem mystical.
Wow, I was like, you're haunted. That's the most orbs I've ever seen ever. I did see one in my background with the black wall because I'm setting up the new studio, and like I did legitimately see an orb on when I was recording that episode that was taken down off YouTube, and it was weird. I was like, because now the background is black, and I was like, something's in it. Well, a guy killed himself downstairs. Well, he didn't kill him. He died downstairs. He didn't kill himself, unless his wife killed him, but we don't know. But yeah, well, he died on the couch downstairs.
That's fucked up.
He's still there,
but that's the Canadian real estate market.
Yeah. If they were going to sell you a house and they were like, a black man murdered 5 white women in this house, would you live there?
Yeah, it's reparations, baby. I'm gonna chat to him about, and then I'll chat to him about the Underground Railroad, and because they've said that Canada's racist. When we spent our time when I grew up there saying, "Oh, we're the nicest. We were bringing them in on the Underground Railroad, all the black people." And now they're saying, no, you brought them here to be racist to them. You saved them from slavery to bring them into an even worse place.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Well, I wonder when your entire, not to get into this, but your entire country is flooded with 16 million people in, less than 5 years, it seems like. Yeah. I wonder why. And the whole idea of racism is pattern recognition. Not all these people act like this, but a lot of them do, right? Is it racist to say Indians eat curry? They clearly do. Is it racist to say Chinese are good at math?
Fuck no. Well,
so it's ridiculous. Yeah.
We're good at math too. But yeah, like when I was a kid, dude, I overdosed on fucking aliens and ghost stories way too hard.
I was a Goosebumps guy.
Yeah, Goosebumps, R.L. Stein. But yeah, that was we actually read a lot of traumatic literature as children. Like fucking
like Mein Kampf. I'm just kidding. Imagine you were like 7 and you're like, you find this in your like grandfather's like bookcase and you're like, Mein Kampf, what's this? My favorite meme will always be it's Adolf on the couch from Big Comfy Couch, and it says Mein Comfy Couch.
Yeah, dude. My favorite Mein Kampf one is that guy where it's like a child's birthday party. It's like fucking the kid's like 7, and then and then the mom's like, it's like an actual video. The mom goes up to like some uncle, and she's like, "What the hell are you doing? How could you give that to a 7-year-old?" And he's like, "He said he wanted Mein Kampf," and she's like, "Minecraft."
I don't know if that's actually real, but that'd be so hilarious. So I gotta get Derek back on the show to talk about Bigfoot. Because he's in the chat. Yeah, Mac's been on like 3 times now. Last time we talked about 420 and Hitler. It was a fun time.
Yes.
Trying to keep him on topic is impossible, though.
Hey, dude, I'm trying to pull it back to aliens right here. You just want to talk about Mein Kampf.
It's so funny. Laughing at like history and the absurdity and like the reading online and stuff is just, it's so absurd. So many people are so conditioned and brainwashed. What? Everything's falling?
No,
do you have an earthquake?
No, there will be one here though. What do you think about aliens that go around earthquake zones and disasters and shit?
It is weird, right? Like there's so many things that I've thought over my life. Like I was one of those people, like I was into this stuff pretty young, but when I was like 16, 17, I really started to get into it. And I would go outside and I'd smoke cigarettes and I'd look up in the sky and I'd see anything moving and I'd be like, UFO. I've definitely seen some UFOs. Like there's stories of like, I've seen really bright lights just appear and get brighter. And then they just literally, I turned around and someone was coming through the door and it disappeared when I was on a balcony or whatever. I've seen weird things. And I'll ask you if you've seen anything, but it is I've always been like obsessed with it, and then the older I got, you know, the sense of wonder fades, and you're like everything's fake and gay, you know, and you're like but I like it. Like I was always hopeful, you know. I'd be smoking a cigarette, I'm like, the world's crazy, and I would be thinking about like the Illuminati and stuff, and I'd be like, man, these like really beautiful, blue-eyed, blonde aliens will come and save us. You know what I mean? And it's like the same cope as like Jesus will save us, and I think if Jesus exists in the way that we think he does, I think he's in the shadow realms of reality being like, it's up to you guys. You guys are now me. Figure it out. You have to do this on your own. I can't just show up and be like, fucking wave a magical wand and make it better.
There's no like fucking, it's not like, oh my God, we're all going to be saved by Jesus. No, you have to fucking... You have to do something. You can't just fucking... It's like, Jesus is coming to save me. No, Jesus gave you all the tools you need to save yourself and fight the aliens, dude.
Yeah, and that's the weird thing is like I was so into David Icke and R.I.P. David Wilcock. I don't know if you know who that is, but that is crazy. I've read all of his books. I didn't believe everything he said. I watched Above Majestic. That's why I've referenced on the show probably I don't know how many times, so many times about like in Above Majestic, his documentary. They talked about how the Nazis built a space station on the moon. And it was shaped in the shape of a swastika. And then when the Americans took it over, people were uncomfortable working in the swastika, so they made it into a square.
God, that sucks. The swastika is so based. Like, it's such a great design. And like when I was in Vietnam, one of the first things I saw is every railing was decorated with swastikas. You know, and it's like
ancient symbol.
It is an ancient symbol, and then it's been turned. You can't even draw it on you can't even spray paint it on a wall these days.
Yeah, we used to, as a joke, like when we used to spray paint like abandoned buildings, and we used to put swastikas, or like there's one time it was like so shitty too. I think it was dollar store paint, like spray paint. We used to be able to get spray paint at the dollar store, everybody, and we put like Sex Pistols, and then like the swastika, and we're like badass. You know what I mean? It's so dumb. But it is this question where the older I get, the more like skeptical I get. But like the fact that David Wilcock mysteriously died, and I'll like maybe at some point I'll do a show and talk about him and play some of his videos, because as much as I didn't believe everything he said, he made some really valid points. And David Icke, I've always enjoyed and liked, and I'd like to get him on the show one day. He was like doom and gloom, and the government's like crazy or whatever. And David Wilcock was more like positive, like there is a way out of this, the hero's journey. We must come together and realize what's going on. A lot of people liked him and respected him. And there was kerfuffles in his past with David, or whatever that guy's name is, Corey Good. But like he really either believed what he was believing, but some people saw that he was starting to question it. And he actually like recently on a stream called like the aliens demons and stuff. So I'm like, why are they starting to make these people disappear? And all of a sudden he's like, was going to harm himself with a weapon. And then the cops showed up and he used that weapon. It sounds very similar to William Cooper.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about that? It's really weird.
Bill Cooper. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like, yeah, I think most of these people who have been disappearing made videos that were like Amy Eskridge. She's like, I don't know. With Amy Eskridge, I've been watching a lot of her videos, and I don't know like if I would trust that lady about like World War II history. She just seems kind of like a drunk woman. Have you watched any of them?
No.
Yeah, she just like seems like she's like flirting with the guys, and she's like fucking, you can tell she's drunk. She's drinking wine the whole time, which is fine, you know, but I don't really know what her certifications are. I was like trying to research it. It's like she's a scientist. Okay. Well, fucking the guy who tried to shoot Trump was a scientist as well. And then you read his fucking writing. It's like, it's like he can't even write. He can't even write a fucking sentence. And that's a scientist. So I don't know. And then it's like,
that's why it's so funny when they say the experts.
Yeah.
What fucking experts? What are they experts on? The experts say that white people are becoming more extreme, or Canadians are becoming more racist. Who are these experts? Do they go to a synagogue every like week? Is that the experts we're talking about?
Yeah. It's like the lady who
You know.
fucking did the Kamloops reservation school. It's like 215 bodies. She's not an archaeologist. You know, I was reading but if you're just reading the CBC article, you're like, oh, a conflict archaeologist. Oh, that's great. She went up there with a machine. And then you're kind of, wait a second. A conflict anthropologist? Like, because I took some anthropology classes. It's just
Me too.
fucking, you're reading about fucking Peru. Right. There was no operation of heavy machinery involved in any of my anthropology classes because that's not what fucking anthropology is.
It's because it's made up. It's a grift.
Yeah.
Right.
And then if you read this lady's fucking essays, it's just like white people are evil. They came to
Jewish?
India. She's Indian. She's a bit Indian. And then
Of course she is.
Yeah. So of course she's going to find some problems with the white people up there in Kamloops. You know,
well, realistically, without white people, India would not be what it is today. It wouldn't have universities. It wouldn't have medical care. It wouldn't have trains that they love to jump in front of. It wouldn't have anything. It's crazy.
Those people wouldn't even be here. That's the crazy thing is those people would not even fucking exist. You would not be alive, right? So
they say that with some certain people, like in Africa, if without the colonialists and then the money, I looked into it's billions of dollars handed over to the third world. They probably wouldn't have existed in the numbers that they do today. Almost like it was a weird plan because we went down from 32% of the population worldwide to now 7%, and then they're like in the billions and billions. It's very strange, but we're not going to get into this on that. This episode. This is about aliens.
On topic.
But we've always had this problem. But like, did you ever watch David Wilcock and his stuff?
I mean, I have. What?
I got attacked at the park by
What?
I texted you. This kid literally attacked me.
What? Fuck! Someone attacked my wife at the park. One sec. What happened?
This little fucking dipper kid. Like,
my wife's Indian. She said dipper, but that's
autistic or something.
Yeah.
He literally like his mom was on his phone the entire time.
How old is he? Can you hear?
A school age child.
Can you? My wife is part Indian. She can say dipper.
No, it's like an up and down mom. Like she was like listening to fucking Hindi.
Should I go?
Anyway, so I like go and he starts being like hi. And I could tell immediately that like something was off with him, like he's fucking autistic or just like retarded. Like I don't know. And then
should go boot kick him or something.
Asking like a million questions, and I'm just like being nice and polite, and then he like Cooper goes to the part of the playground, and then he's at the top. He starts sticking his fucking foot down and touching the top of his head with his shoe, and I was like, oh, please don't do that.
Yeah.
So I grab Cooper, or I push him away, and then he like comes down. My phone's in my.
That's crazy. Okay, but that's nuts.
No, and then he hit me. He literally hit me from behind.
The kid hit you?
He hit me.
Is he still there?
And he tried to grab my phone.
Is he still there?
Yeah.
I might have to go slap this kid, dude. And his
what color is he?
He's Indian. His mom attacked you?
I thought he was gonna attack me. He was like eye level to me.
Fuck. I don't know what I should do here, brother.
You think you should go attack somebody? Just kidding.
Well, I mean, it's already been on stream that he's like a kid. How old was he?
Yeah.
Like I took a video of him, but he was like my height.
Should I go? I don't know what to do. I mean, I could sprint out there and slap this kid's mom really quick.
You don't need to do that. That's on camera. We're kidding, everybody.
Yeah. Have you seen them before?
No.
Fuck. I don't know.
Well, they're everywhere.
Yeah. We'll find another one. Just lock the doors, and then we're talking about aliens. This is off topic. I'll come. Yeah, like the Muslim guys were saying, women not in public by themselves.
No, this is different. Like, this is like a not a Muslim.
No, that's what I'm saying. though. Yeah, I'll start escorting you outside. Okay, thank you.
It's getting
anyway. So,
great. I'm so glad I'm in a small town. Be a man, close the door. That's so. Yeah, that's fuck. I would lose my fucking shit on.
Well, here's the thing: is that it's like if I was to run up there and smack them, they would be like, "That's racist."
Yeah. But they're here. They have an entire come on, like again, we don't need to get on this topic, but Indians claiming everyone else is racist is the funniest shit when they have the worst caste system in the entire world. They're the most racist people to ever exist. They are like hateful, disrespectful, entitled. They are by far, like out of every race, probably the worst.
It's a nation of people who live in garbage mountains, and then people drive by in Range Rovers and say, "Fuck you, Dalit." And that's and then they're coming here and saying, "We're bad."
Every time this comes up, if people wonder why, it's because they're everywhere. And it's like, listen, if you treat your home like that, and then you come here and then treat our country like that, what do you expect us to do? They're literally just dumping garbage everywhere. Let's get off this topic, but you're a reflection of your nation. If your nation looks like a garbage pile on fire, that's not because the land you're sitting on. That's because of you as a people. That's a fact. So. Anyways, when did you get into David Wilcock? The Cox boy.
Well, this is the thing. So I just 4chan at fucking 5 a.m. But I thought his name was David Wilcox.
No, that's a singer.
I've never heard of David Wilcox, a singer.
He's a singer.
Okay, so this was not Nelson Mandela affecting his
no
name.
Dude, I was like he looks weird, but he may be the reincarnation of Edgar Cayce. You know what Edgar Cayce is, right?
No.
So Edgar Cayce, well, actually we'll cover him on the show. Edgar Cayce, I'll show you the picture.
Oh, a clairvoyant. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. He predicted a lot of weird stuff, man. And he was like a philosopher and a clairvoyant. He went to like Egypt and went in the pyramids and had a profound experience. And him and David Wilcock look eerily alike. I'll show you. It's fucking strange. And he believes he might have been and that's just because people told him and started looking into it. So this is my boy, David Wilcock. So he hung out with what the fuck? Weird. Yeah. So they look the exact same.
Yeah, they have big foreheads. I feel like that's something about UFOologists that I fucking really
big brains.
They all have big heads. Like what's that motherfucker's name? I just forgot his name.
Dude, look at that. How are they not the same person?
That's crazy. But this one looks Casey looks like an actual alien.
I don't know. For all I know, like I don't know what to believe with all the alien stuff, like the religious aspects. Are they fallen angels or something like that? Wow, look at what he's wearing. That's not a real picture. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, Wilcock did not wear some bling bling like that. That's like a Chinese site. Don't use DuckDuckGo. But like it is bizarre, and there's like I read 3 of his books. I listened to 1 of his books on audio. And he was an interesting guy. He was very positive. Interesting in how, look, he was like about to talk about Project Bluebeam Blues, and all that stuff of talking about how they were going to fake an alien invasion. And then mysteriously, all the people that were talking about this stuff are disappearing and dying under strange circumstances.
Yeah, I know. And then the Bluebeam thing is like, it's so... That's one of the first things I learned about when I got on the internet was Project Bluebeam, a super soaker filled with soap water. Very true. But I think they mentioned the child was handicapped. He was autistic.
Well, that woman someone got in trouble for harassing someone in Canada where they sprayed them with like a water. The kid got in trouble. I think he even got charged. That's how we live in a lunatic society.
Yeah, but like Bluebeam is one of the first things. Bro, that's like one of the first things you get into, but it's like that informational channel that we inhabit is, like I told my sister about Jeffrey Epstein in full detail about the island, all this stuff, and no, I don't believe it. So when the fake alien invasion does happen, all those people are going to fucking lose their mind. Same as COVID. Like you look at Canada during COVID, all these people are like, put your fucking mask on. Right? And then just being around these people. Do you have experience in riots? Like, have you been in a riot?
No, I've never been. I've been in big protests, but never a riot.
Yeah. So the 2011, the fucking Vancouver riot. we went down there. We saw the smoke coming up.
Oh,
and
all
we went
those
down.
Retards protesting over hockey, rioting over hockey games.
Crazy. But there were, I mean, it was all guys, sorry, realistically. But when you get down there, you know, there's this initial feeling of, oh, maybe I should join the crowd. But I was completely immune to riots, right? And I think that's just something we have where we're immune to sort of mainstream narrative. Like we could just see that it's bullshit. Whereas, you know, everyone in the riot, you know, an average person would walk through a riot and be like, oh yeah, and start rioting. Like I know tons of my friends who are on the VPD website because they just were down there. And then a bunch of other people are rioting. So they're like, oh yeah, because there's this.
Well, yeah, look at Black Lives Matter. Like, oh, I get an excuse to go steal a PlayStation. All right, calm down, Lamar.
Look Lamar Ball. But look at the not even just the rioting, but the fact that like I didn't put that black square up on Instagram, and people were like actually like, you're a fucking racist, fuck you. Like I was like,
I started calling out after. At first I kind of fell for it, and I've never liked the police because I think they're a boot of the state. So I was posting like Vinnie Paz songs with like clips from what was happening of the cops like macing people and shit. And then within a couple weeks, probably a couple of weeks, and then I was like, oh, this is like a psyop. It's you know, this is being orchestrated, and the white man kissing the boots of black. Like this is all. I wonder who I don't have that button anymore, but I wonder who organized that, you know. that guy didn't like them, I guess, but anyways, it is crazy because you see this with all the psychological warfare that's done to people. Like COVID was crazy. Like I'll never forget I was with my wife and I went down the wrong aisle. I went the wrong way, and some guy called me a scumbag, and I was like, what the fuck did you just say? And it was some big fat dude that was filling his cart with fucking KD, and toilet I was like, I'm gonna go say something. If I see this guy, I'm gonna freak out. And then my wife's like, go to the car. And I was like, no, I'm gonna lose it on this guy. I'm like, you're a sheep that's just following stickers on the fucking ground, you retard. And the fact that so many Canadians just bent over and took it and took the injection, like I warned even like Billy, my co-host, one of my best friends in the world. I warned him, don't do it. And then he's like, I want to go to Cuba, and he did it, and I was like, I withstood this the whole time. And our buddy Alex, I was joking with him on the one episode when Alex used to come on the show. It was nice because Alex was half black, so we could say whatever we wanted. And then he was like giving him shit. He's like, you felt like shit for like a week after, and he's like, I went to Cuba to get it. He's like, you took $50 from Toyota. Which is crazy. You're like, here, $50, inject mRNA inside your body. And
like the small fries, like in New York, it's like, get a free burger.
You don't want these? You don't want this goy slop? It's fucking crazy, like the shit that they were doing. Yeah. I saw it ahead of time, and this is further like, if people that didn't recognize what COVID was, if a fake alien invasion takes place, they're going to be like, oh my, they're going to lose their minds. They're going to like be jumping off bridges. Like, look at what people are doing now. It's like, I'm depressed. Sign me up for MAID, you know?
Yeah. My wife's worried about that. We're discussing new places to live, like Calgary or the Maritimes. And then America obviously came up, and she's like, wow, there's so many school shootings. But I mean, Canada's not looking great either, because the Tumbler Ridge guy, and then they just arrested a guy who said that Tumbler Ridge guy stole my thunder. So that's 2, you know, and it's not gonna get better.
Psyops, yeah. But the thing is, most of the school, I think that it's manufactured with these psychotropic drugs, like the Batman shooting. Right, that guy looked out of his mind, and he doesn't actually match the picture of the original. Close, but not close enough of the original guy they were saying actually did it. There's so many conspiracies about that, and like I've mentioned so many times in the show, Columbine, right? It didn't look like Dylan Klebold, whatever his name is, and Eric Harris. There was 20 different witnesses that said, they were taller, they were dressed in black, they looked like CIA agents. Like there was, a lot of it was manufactured. And then you have the Operation Falsewoods, where they said they would stage crisis events, and this was in the 80s, literally like Robert Kennedy was part of this, unfortunately, and they said, we're going to stage these crisis events, and then it will give the illusion that people are under threat, so they'll give up their freedom, their guns, for safety. And we've seen this so many times. Look at COVID. People gave up their freedom for the perceived illusion of freedom, or of security.
And
right?
it didn't need to make sense. Like, it did not need to make sense. People were losing their minds over what they thought was protection, like a mask. Like, no, it will save me, right? It was such like a denial, right? I was a garbage man at the time. And so you're in the cab of a garbage truck, right? And there's a fucking place where you put your bag in the middle. The guy in the sits there, and then you're in the driver's seat. There's a place you put your bags. They came in and they put a plastic divider in between, but it went this far, right? So there's this fucking gap here. Like, you could go like this, hey, what's up? Like, if I'm spit. But the only thing it did was fucking, now we have nowhere to put our bags, so our bags are fucking falling over. But if you brought that up, they'd be like, no, it's not crazy. That makes perfect sense to put a fucking plastic bag. Like, what could that possibly do? But then these people were like, so scared.
Yeah, you can't be around, but if you sit down in a restaurant, like, I would love to do sometime. Let's do a whole stream talking about COVID and like exposing all that stuff, because like it is absolutely crazy that now there's 23-year-olds with, you know, heart spasms, and it's, man, the people that are denying what's going on, you're complicit, in my point of view, in a genocide and
Big
killing
time.
of children and stuff. Because if you just deny that this is going on, you're mentally psychotic.
Big time.
So Trump declassified push. So obviously Trump, I think, just be like, don't worry about Epstein. Stop talking about it. He's obviously pushing and order the Pentagon and intelligence agencies to review and release files on UAPs, extraterrestrials, and alien life, citing overwhelming public interest. He repeatedly teased very interesting documents set to release very, very soon. I can't do a good Trump, but he's literally like,
that was a good one.
You're gonna have him soon.
Very soon.
Bill,
I can't do it
very soon. No, it's always fun to try accents on the show and impressions, but they never do well. I will shout out Jeremy McKenzie. He is the king of impressions. His walk-in is so good. Yeah, he does a great walk-in, and he never does it. And I'm like, he's able to, like, he even said he was live. He was watching when me and Derek were doing a live stream, and there's been literally 5 different fans of the show and people that said that I sound like Jonah Hill. I don't hear it, but he was in the chat and he's like, I could hear it. And I'm like, because he's like, he said he pays attention to like vocal cords and the way people speak. And I'm like, don't tell me that, man.
Jeremy McKenzie is a fucking king, dude. I was chatting with him
he's so
last
funny.
night. We're talking about Mel Gibson and fucking dude, it was like 3 a.m. Fucking just,
That's so funny.
Yeah. I would love
Because
to talk
it's
to
probably
Jeremy
early
McKenzie
for
about
him,
aliens.
though.
Yeah, he probably
I'll,
gets up early.
Yeah, I'll bring him on the show. I'll see if he wants to come on with you, because we did like 3 hours, and I just showed him conspiracy, because the first time we talked about nationalism and stuff like that, and I was like, let's come on and do something different, and I just showed him conspiracy videos, and I was like, tell me what you think of this. Tell me what you think of this. Just like the CERN shit. It was pretty entertaining. And footage from October 2024 revealed during a 2025 Congress hearing, a U.S. MQ-9 Reaper drone off of Yemen tracks a glowing orb, a hail-fire missile fired from another drone strike it as it tried to strike it directly. The missile appears to bounce off of harmlessly, and an object continues to fly unaffected. This is jaw-dropping event has been described as the Hellfire missile smacking into a UFO, fueling theories that the craft was advanced, not human defenses, and impervious to human weaponry. So, like, it impervious to human weaponry. So there is very strange, like the fact that, and you're like, okay, if logically, if we put aliens aside and the government for some reason has this technology, the fact that it bounced off of a missile, like that a missile was fired at it and it just flew away unscathed, like the missile didn't even exist, is very strange.
Yeah, big time. And then it's like, I often wonder if the Nazis went to Antarctica to, like,
That's a big theory, bro.
Yeah, to take their technology. They said, fuck you guys then. We're going to Antarctica and we'll build this crazy shit. Because it's like, let's just look at this like from if it's China, well, it can't be China because then it means America must have it because China can only steal stuff, right? They don't make their own new shit. They're just really good at copying prototypes and stealing stuff. So if it's China, then America has it too. But then there was those drone swarms over PA, a couple of years ago, and people were like, "Oh, that must be China." But then America couldn't do shit to stop it. They were just fucking hovering.
Yeah, that was really weird.
Right? So it's if it was America, they would have told those drones to fuck off, but they couldn't. So it couldn't be America, it couldn't be China. Therefore, it must be aliens or the Fourth Reich.
Yeah. Well, Operation High Jump, there was supposedly a legitimate thing, right? Where they went to Antarctica and had a full-on battle with Nazis. And we, way back in the day, probably almost 8 years ago, covered like, I don't know if I'll ever release the original episode. We were like, this is when we would drink 26ers sitting together, and we would be drinking half of it before we even started the show. It was so dumb. There was an episode that we did on Gray Aliens. We were literally wasted. It was like, and I don't know how people listened back then. It's absolutely crazy. And we talked about Hollow Earth, and I want to recover it in a deep dive because there's so many avenues to go down, even just doing Operation High Jump first. And the fact that Admiral Byrd claimed that they did reach the quote unquote Hollow Earth past in Antarctica. And they were essentially met with these fleets, I guess you could say, of like Nazi UFOs. It's a crazy theory because who knows?
What did he say? What was the actual quote that he said where he's like, Antarctica is, he had a quote, Admiral Byrd quote, Antarctica.
On Antarctica. So thousands of unidentified submersive objects have flooded reports near U.S. coastlines and waterways. There's an app, Enigma app, data exceeding 9,000 incidences by late 2025. Many displayed green lights hovering, diving at extreme speeds, or transition into seamlessly between air and water. There's this weird phenomenon raising serious national security concerns for the Navy, with some witnesses describing objects emerging from or plunging into the oceans without disturbance. And this is a huge thing before we get into Admiral Byrd is, even years ago, we did an episode about like strange mysteries in the water. It is a strange thing of like, my buddy was like, if aliens and these UFOs are hiding anywhere, it's probably within the ocean because we have barely discovered or looked into the ocean. And the fact that I've seen videos where there's just like UFOs shooting out of the water and stuff, and who knows if they're real, but it's bizarre, man.
I hate the ocean. It's disgusting. And so, like,
Do you like to swim?
No, fuck no, dude. The biggest.
Are you black?
Yeah. I'm wearing Timberlands right now. But and I can dunk. Like the ocean would be the perfect place because I don't want to fucking go around it. I don't even want to be near it. Like, seeing those photos made me disgusted. And like, if the aliens want the ocean, they can have it. Like, the biggest shark was they just saw a shark they tracked a shark off Vancouver Island. People my entire life were like, there's no sharks there. I was like, yeah, dude, the biggest shark was caught off the coast of PEI. Right. And so, just without aliens, I'm not fucking going in there. And so NASA must have had something similar. Spooky. Yeah, NASA must have had something similar where they're like, hey, let's start investigating the ocean. And then they said, fuck that. We're going to space.
We need James Cameron, man. Cameron, his little shuttle is going down there. Like, and the ocean's always been a bizarre thing. Like, I love to swim. I'm always like, I'm like a fish or whatever. I don't know. But I've always, but the lake is kind of gross. My wife will not like she'll swim for a bit, but not in shallow. Like, she's always scared of like the fish touching her.
Yeah.
I've gotten used to, I've never had a fish touch me. So I was like really shallow.
Oh, fuck. No,
only swim in an ocean like once. I love the water, man. I've done mushrooms and swam in a lake, and it's like you're like one with nature. I stood there in a lake and just felt like I was part of the world, you know?
Oh, I want to throw up. Yeah, no,
You're like
there's
immersed
a condition.
you're immersed
that's
in
disgusting.
her vagina water, you know, Mother Gaia.
Ugh, yuck. Fuck Mother
Her
Gaia.
squirting. That's like her squirting.
I just don't like, it's like seeing something else in the water, right? That's what that's what I'm scared of. Like if I saw a boat at the bottom, my biggest fear is looking over the side of a BC ferry and then seeing the hull a little bit below the water. That is fucking disgusting. Ugh, I hate it. I
Where'd
couldn't
this
even be in a
fear
hot
come
tub.
from?
I remember I watched Jaws at a very young age, I think like 4 or 5. And then one of my first memories is going to the movie theater and watching Pinocchio. And there's the scene where the whale comes out of and I remember there's like 6 guys in the theater. For some reason, we're sitting next to one of them. There's like 7 people. It's like a matinee. And then I just saw the whale. I was like, ah! And I pissed my pants, like the most piss you've ever seen in your life. And the seat, I just remember my dad's like, oh, I'm so sorry. The guy sitting next to me, he's like, I'm so sorry. But I've just always been terrified of, like, yeah, it's called submechanophobia. And so, like, even in hot tubs, one time, sorry, I mean, this is a very quick story. We'll get back to aliens. But this is kind of aliens, Lake Placid. We're in Langley, just me and my mom. She took me to like a swimming hole. And there's just like a fucking rope, and it's in the middle of a forest. It's all dark and scary. And then the pond itself is just fucking black. It's so shadowy. And so my mom's like, go swing on the rope. And I'm like, fuck, I don't want to. She's like, no, do it. So I swing on the rope, and then I'm just hanging above the water, and I don't want to jump in. And then I had just seen Lake Placid. It's a movie about a crocodile.
But a crocodile, yeah.
And it has Oliver Platt in it. Great actor. But the crocodile is gigantic. And so when I'm looking down, I just see the crocodile coming up like and eating me. Dude, I hung on that rope for an hour and a half, and my mom was just on this like, come on, jump into the water. Jump in.
Jump, you fucking pussy.
I'm not jumping in. So I hate the water, dude. Fuck
jump,
water.
you pussy.
What about dolphins? You want to get like Oh, she would stop for a second. I was like, no. Getting R-worded by a dolphin. They fuck,
sexual
man.
attraction to dolphins one bit.
They have sexual attractions to you, though.
Yeah, like they get on the land like the Simpsons. That's what I would be worried. But
Dude,
that's
they're
insane.
as intelligent as us, supposedly, just in a different way.
That's how you know
That's
an animal
crazy.
is. That's how you know an animal is intelligent. Do they rape? Right? Like chimpanzee.
And they recognize, they recognize that they're doing it, right? They like they've done studies on this. It's like the crazy shit. It is so strange that you're afraid of water. I was the type of kid that I'd swim as deep as I could and just to look around, and then I would like almost drown myself. Yeah,
like
and
if
I've
I'm
had traumatic
jumping off
experiences in the water
something
too.
into the water, I am envisioning fucking landing on a big shark. And I'm seeing it fucking coming out of the water. Like my first goal was the Carcadon Megalodon.
We're in Canada.
No, there's sharks here, dude. There's
in the ocean. There's tons of lakes that we don't. There's no sharks in the lake.
There could be something there. That's why it's scary. I hate it. Fuck
the swamp thing.
Oh god, yeah. My uncle did that. He took me kneeboarding at fucking Adams Lake. And he's like, damn, this kid loves kneeboarding. And my legs were cramping. I just didn't want to jump in the water. I was so scared. It was like 3 hours.
I've had traumatic experiences. I still love the water. We were at some water park at one point, and I went to the wave pool, and I literally almost drowned, and this Spanish-looking kid saved me. And I was like, literally like, help. And I was like 10, and I still like it was fucked. I will never forget that. And then I was in my buddy's pool, and his like floaty went over top of me when I was under the water, and I couldn't escape, and it was like traumatic. I was like, I can't get out, and I freaked out. It was just in an above ground pool, but I was like 7 or some shit. So
I hate confined spaces.
Interesting, and you always recognize that it's trauma. You know, like why furries like fucking having sex in like furry costumes is because they like would like rub their dick on a stuffed animal when they were first going through puberty. All of those like fears and like traumas and things that people go through, they're ingrained in your head for the rest of your life. So that if you wonder why people have a kink or they like want sex a certain way, it's because their uncle was doing it that way. You know.
I need you to dress up like a 60-year-old conspiracy theorist. Jerk me off.
That's so funny. So there's also recurring sightings involving glowing tentacled jellyfish objects drifting silently through the sky or over sensitive areas, appearing almost biological or alive with fluid. This is really weird. Shapeshifting movements with no propulsion. That's a weird word. Propulsion. Yeah, there's some weird words when you say when you're high. I smoked weed before this because I knew this would be. And you're like propulsion, so it just seems to like glide. And I'll show a video in a sec. But ring cameras and viral footage from various locations capture similar drifting metallic or irregular blobs, sparking debates over whether they represent probes, living entities, or something far stranger. Wait. Yeah, so check this one out. This is weird.
UFO Archive.
Thank you, Black Man, for telling me this was the UFO archive. Yo, that shit is weird looking. Like, there's so many videos of that. I was like, what the fuck is that? Because there is real, not AI, actual video footage of like weird, like translucent or smoky. I've seen videos of that where there's like, and these are like real people like, what the fuck is that thing? And even before AI was like, I think they've had it for a long time, but before it was like in the mainstream, like I've seen ones where it literally looks like almost like an octopus. Like a blacked out, like smoky octopus floating through the sky. You're like, what is that shit? And is that because they're manipulating the weather and using like technology and chemtrails and HARP and weird things to do that? Or are these living things that are we're starting to see through the veil, you know?
Yeah. I think that could be one too, because I'm very convinced that a lot of people are demonic. And then I was reading about how, every couple thousand years. Yeah. Every couple thousand years, Hitler talks about this, but every couple thousand years, we become closer to a like astrological position. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not a woman. I don't do astrology, but, and then when it's there, this other dimensions can push through more. So, you hear all these crazy stories. You're like, oh, there didn't used to be dinosaurs back in the day. But in these conditions that come around every 15,000 years or something, the dinosaurs can poke through and fucking pull you back. There's a lot of stories about this shit, and they don't make sense if you live in a fucking city and you don't see the stars, right?
Oh, yeah. They're like, those people are drones. You know what I mean? Like, it is, you see it. They're so caught up in their everyday life, being surrounded by all different types of cultures and people and stuff like that. And you just like caught up trying to get past every day. Where I like, when I'm at work, I'm thinking about like, is the government going to try to use foreigners to kill us in the future? You know what I mean? Like, this is the things I think about. While everyone else is like, I'm just going to go get my Starbucks and I'm going to get myself a fucking, go to my Pilates class. Like, it's like, most people are literally mentally deficient of any
it's crazy.
Critical thinking.
And then the crazy thing is you try to save them and they refuse.
Yeah, I know. No, like, fuck you. I've been talking about this shit since I was, it's so long. It's been so long. Yeah. I have like, Billy can vouch for me. He was 16 and he was 16 years old. I was 20 and I was like, dude, there's reptilians feeding off of human energy and consuming our energy.
Did you groom Billy?
Yeah, essentially. Dude, he tells these stories. When he was in dish pit, I used to fill buns with water and then I used to freeze them and chuck them at him at fucking the dish pit and stuff. He told that story at my wedding and I thought that was so funny because I was like, I don't even remember doing that, but I probably definitely did that. He's like, sometimes you would soak them wet and you would just lop them at me, or sometimes you would freeze them so they were hard as a rock. And I was like, wow, I was a fucking nice guy. But like, he literally remembers me being
when
like,
Billy has sex now, he has to get a fucking frozen bun thrown at him.
he just shoved it in his ass. It was like just to make this fucking prostate cold. But like, it's like, it is so funny because he remembers, and people in my real life remember me, and they're like, "You're crazy," and I would have arguments with people. I'm like, "No, this shit is real, and one day you're gonna have to like recognize that this does exist." And now look where we are now.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "What is
Now
going
I
on? Why is
believe
everything
it.
so crazy?" Yeah.
Now the government said so.
I know. Well, that's the craziest thing. Even with the UFO stuff, and they start saying it now. I'm curious. Like I'm skeptical because mysterious swarms of drone-like craft have been harassing military bases for a long time and nuclear sites, including a 2024 incident where a UFO-like object chased a UK police helicopter over a US facility forcing evasive action before vanishing. Glowing orbs that split, changing in shape and accelerating in like as fast, like it's impossible how fast they're going.
Yeah.
And ignoring physics continue to dominate reports. Older cases, obviously, like the Tic Tac, resurface alongside with other anomalies. So there's those Tic Tac UFOs too that the own military don't know what they are, and it's very strange because we have this concept that they're going to be like a craft, like two saucer or two plates put together on top of each other, right? And that might have only been just the technology that maybe the Nazis were capable of, who knows? And that's where we get this like anti-propulsion kind of anti-gravity, if you know, and using gravity against itself to create these crafts that are able to float and maybe travel immense speeds. But like when I was starting to research UFOs, I'll show you quick. You see UFOs like this, which is like, it wouldn't be in this realm of science fiction that we see in movies, right? Like, look at that shit, man. Like, what is that thing?
Yeah, that
but
looks like
everyone's
a Chinese
gonna
weather. Is that the Chinese weather
Yeah.
balloon one?
Is it a balloon? I don't know.
Yeah, that's fucked
It
up.
is, or is it
that
like a
reminds me
helium
of the Chinese
balloon?
weather balloon one, where they were like, "Oh, it's just a Chinese weather balloon," but it was flying all over the American bases.
But like people could be like, that's just a helium balloon, and for all we know, it is. But like, it is really weird in the way it's reflecting, and I don't know, man. There's some strange shit out there.
Yeah,
And it's like, realistically, if I saw that above me, I'd be like, holy fuck. You know what I mean? I'd be tripping out.
big time. So I don't know, like the more I become, so the two things, because there's so many fucking people involved in this who are unreliable and fucking just lying to you.
Yeah.
Like, and then my own self, I fucking seen shit and I've been like, that's a fucking alien saucer that's coming down. Like me and my buddy Ryan were standing at the top of my driveway one time. We just smoked insane amount of weed. And we're standing at the top of my driveway. We're looking over Vancouver and we see this we both stop in our tracks and it's this fucking red. The sky has been ripped open, dude. And there's like a fucking red and orange ball. And it's like stretched out on the horizon almost like, and it's fucking on fire and it's like headed in our direction. And we're both just like, oh my God. We just stopped and looked at it for a second. And I looked at him and I was like, oh my God. And then I like realized, I was like, oh, that's the sun.
Yeah, it can. Your mind can play tricks on you, so you never know. I've definitely seen weird things. Like I've said on the show numerous times when I was me and my buddy, and it's interesting. This buddy that was never into conspiracies was the one that got me into conspiracies. He was never the conspiracy theorist, but when we were like 16 is really when I got into it. We're smoking weed. And then like a video when YouTube was based of Benjamin Fulford came on, and it's the guy that was like, he's like talking about harp and stuff like that. And who knows, he might be a shill. Leo Zagami, a guest out on the show, actually used to work with him. And then he realized, I don't know about this guy. But he would say things like, the Illuminati exists, but there's also a Japanese Illuminati. And I'm in Japan with their Illuminati, and they're fighting against the American Illuminati. Like, he would say crazy shit, like Illuminati crazy battles, right? And when I first started, that's the first conspiracy that other than maybe 9/11 and some of these things you'd hear in like hip hop songs or whatever, was harp, the weather manipulation. But then there was one time where sitting outside, we smoked tons of weed and just hang out, have some drinks. And he had like these pretty like good binoculars, like military style. And we were looking, and we would see these like stars. You'd be like, what the fuck? And we'd be like, why are they moving? And then once we looked, we would see like these color hue changes, red, green, yellow, blue. And we'd be like, what the fuck? And you would see them bob. I always think about like when you're fishing, they would just bob in the sky. And it's like, what the fuck is that shit? And I just had Paul Stubbs on the show again, and we were talking about like the biblical aspect of this stuff because he's a Christian. And for all we know, that's just fucking water up there. I'm not saying the world is flat, but like the firmament shit, like I question everything. So imagine if that was true. That's why when people talk about this stuff and they're like, if the earth is flat, then they're lying to you about everything, or at least if it's not the way that we think of space is. And Paul Stubbs claims that these might be angels. And it's like the most bizarre because it's more mind blowing to me. I would rather believe that they were alien craft sitting there watching our civilization. Makes more sense to me than they're these weird angels with 1,000 eyes and the moving wheels, and that's way more scary to me.
Yeah, it is terrifying. And I think honestly, it's like this space is almost like a fucking comfort blanket for idiots, right? Like it's like. It's like if you were to read Michio Kaku in fucking 2005, you'd be like, wow, this guy's talking about string theory. And that's all bullshit. Like, even like fucking my wife was like, yeah, we're going to get him some dinosaur books. And I was like, I don't even know if I feel comfortable with that. Right. Because you look at,
they exist.
You look at like a cult, right? It's like you look at, for example, like look at in the mid 2000s, everyone was hating on the Westboro Baptist Church, right? And they're like, look, they're taking their kids, the first, just any Christianity, right? The kid is young. You introduce him to the idea of God with like some storybooks for children, Jesus for kids. And then they read it. And then, now you go to catechism. Now you fucking do this shit. But that's just what science is now, dude. It's like, here's a fun book about science. Here's Bill Nye the Science Guy. And then you can graduate to Neil deGrasse Tyson after that. But you could fucking follow all of that to your hearts. You could get drunk on science, and it hasn't changed your fucking life one bit. You could know every single dinosaur. What does that do for you? Nothing, dude. It's just like useless information.
I don't even think they exist at this point. Why are they pushing anything they push too hard where they're like, you learn it from a kid and they condition you over time? I'm like, I don't fucking believe you anymore. It's more plot. There was so many articles way back in the 1800s. When they developed the printing press back in the day, they would start printing these stories about people finding like giant bones of like human giants. And like, I don't know. And I don't know what the fuck is real anymore. And I haven't known for my whole life, and I've been questioning everything. But at one point, I was like, okay, there's aliens. There's good ones and there's bad ones. There's reptilians that are consuming our energy here. They're maybe controlling and manufacturing a lot of things that are happening in our reality. And that's why there's so much war and chaos and death, because they're consuming that energy. There's a benevolent force that is trying to help us, but they can't access us because it's against this karmatic code. This is what my beliefs were. And that these things are able to manipulate. Like if you draw on a piece of paper, you're able to create a thought and draw that on a piece of paper and create an image. These things that control our reality supposedly aren't able to do that. They're able to manipulate that drawing though. So they can take something and manufacture and change it, but they can't actually create anything themselves. So they have to manipulate everything. And then the older I get, I'm like, and I come, as you get older, even Uncle Hack said this, as you become more religious. So it's like you come more like, is it God though? Is it all fake? And this is like a reality that he created for us. And this is our like test. I've always thought it's a school though, that we're here to learn.
Yeah. I view the test thing too. I've always really believed in reincarnation. There's a good guy, Paul Weiss. He did a book called something, but there's too much shit, even whether it's genetic memory, getting passed down to you. But yeah, like I've always felt that it was a test. Uncle Semite, Sod. But yeah, it's like I thought that was Uncle Hack for a second. I'm so embarrassed. I fucking asked him for advice. I was so ashamed.
I had him on the show recently. Uncle Hack's fun as fuck. I always have to ask about conspiracies. Yeah, let's get through some videos.
We should talk about the U-52s and the U-72s after the videos. I'm gonna write down a note.
Okay, do that. Let me show you this one. It's quite weird. You can unmute your mic. I can't unmute it for you, but so the stuff like this is weird. There is NASA footage supposedly. You never know if anything's real. Never a straight answer. NASA. Yeah. But there's the NASA tether. Everyone can look up this footage. I feel like I've played it on the show. If not, I'll show people at some point again. And it's like in space, and there's just multiple objects flying around, and people can claim it's satellites or whatever, but like even this footage, obviously I think this guy probably set up a camera and then let it play over, like he left it recording for like how many hours or whatever, and then maybe sped it up to some extent. But what the fuck is all this shit? Like, what is flying around our skies like that? Because I've seen stuff like this.
Yeah, I think
sounds like cars are passing.
It's that Nikon camera. I think they fucking there's a certain camera that they fucking removed because it can zoom in so far to the moon. Right?
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, and so with this one where it's all flying around and stuff, it's like I have ones like I've never seen a UFO, but then a lot of times I've seen ones that it just stuck in the sky and it doesn't move, right? And it's like, so for this one, you're like, oh, it's a satellite or something. It's like, okay, well, what satellite is fucking a satellite orbits, right? This one's just fucking dancing around in the sky, right? So it's not a satellite, it's not a fucking plane, right? I live next to an airport. Unfortunately, I'm poor, and so they fly over all the time. They typically just go in a straight line. They're not fucking doing fucking loop-de-loops. And so the ones that I get a lot, I don't know if you've gotten these ones, but I'll see one in the sky and I'll just be like, you're just looking at something, you're like, oh, that stands out, that's weird. So I'll look out in the sky and I'm like, oh, that's odd, that doesn't seem like the other stars, and it just stays there, right? It doesn't move, and then I'll check the time. Yeah, and like
why
hours
is Polaris
later,
in the same position? Yeah, I've seen stars come back in the same position, and my theory was right, like because it's very strange, right? Because I would see those, and I can still see them with my eyes. I would see these things that would move like this in the sky. They'd bob kind of in the sky, but you could clearly see. You'd be like. And you see them, you're like, what the fuck? And you see them moving, and they'd be like red and green and blue, and you'd see these colors come off it. And I would see this this is why I used to smoke. I used to see them every year around the winter, right? And you would see this. The star Polaris stays there in the same spot, but yet these other things are like, my theory. I had a weird theory. I'm like, if stars exist the way we think they do, right? That these UFO objects are maybe these UFOs are going in front of those stars to make it look from our perception that they're actually a star. I don't know where I came up with this shit, but I was like, how crazy that'd be if they're like, all right, this is a star that scientists believe exists. If we just place ourselves in front of it, no one's going to notice. This is footage that always tripped me out. If it was real at all, I don't know what to take from NASA because I think they lied. It's a black budget operation. But like, check this out. So this is a tether that they put up in, I guess I thought it was in the 70s, but it's 1996. And so this thing is sitting there and it's supposed to like take energy from the ionosphere above it. And look what they film. Like when I was young and I saw this, I was like, if there is just things moving around, like people can claim it's satellites, but if there's just things, and there's people that claim that if you can see, it will zoom in. There's some of them that look like motherships, like they're like big discs with something in the center. Like Like, and this is in space. Fuck whatever Brief Holes podcast is. Fuck you for fucking. I don't want to support your show. I said, but look, that they think those are the motherships because you see those disc objects that are just like slowly going by. Look at how big they are. That's a tether. That's like a massive thing. Supposed to be sitting in space. I can't remember. Yeah.
It's crazy. But dude, yeah, with
living
like
sky creatures.
Yeah. And then, yeah, honestly, that looks more like a fucking organism. Like when you look at an organism under a microscope.
Dude, look at this thing. What is this massive thing? This thing is huge. So like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, maybe
there's like a dick in this guy.
Yeah, some sperm under a microscope. That's what it looks like.
There's some UFOs that do look like that shit. It's like, what the fuck are we looking at?
And then it's like, so like with NASA too, is like when they come out, and it's like, oh yeah, the ones where they play where people are shining lasers at them and they interact with them. But it's like when you get to the point where NASA releasing these, then it's like. It's almost like they're constructing or fabricating evidence to make us think, it's like, oh, there's aliens. That must mean there's space. If there's aliens, well, there must be space, right? If there's fake dinosaur bones, there must have been Tyrannosauruses. It's almost like, because I don't know, I haven't really gotten too much into the NASA shit, but, every once in a while you see a video of it and there's some fucking lady fucking flipping around and you can see her tether, or the last one that came out.
Yeah, dude. Yes. 100%. You can see fucking them dropping stuff when they're supposed to be floating. There's so many examples of this. Is green screen glitches. Yeah. It's everywhere.
And why would you do that? Like if I was going down to the park to play basketball, I'd be like, hey, buddy, I'm going down to the park to play basketball. I wouldn't bring a camera crew and then like not even have a basketball. Like, there's,
dude, there's theories that like during the Challenger explosion in the 80s, the same people that were supposed to be on the Challenger are alive today and have been witnessed and seen and photographed later on in life.
One of them was fucking not Ted Kaczynski, but Waco guy.
Oh, my boy, Dave Koresh.
Yeah. No, wrong. Not Waco, but the guy who I'm talking about. He was at Waco and he was selling stickers.
Weird.
ATF building, ATF.
People will probably take that so wrong. I think they lied about David Koresh, just so everyone knows.
Oh yeah, David Koresh is cool, dude. Yeah, Tim McVeigh, right? So Timothy McVeigh.
Oh yeah.
But then it's like you see he was on the there's a video of him where it's like he was Tim McVeigh and then he was on a NASA thing and then it's like a totally different guy. But he like works for the FBI, but then it's like there's photos of him as an astronaut, and it's definitely fucking Tim McVeigh.
That's a fun episode. We should fucking cover that. So obviously, sighting surge 2025 brought massive global spikes in reports, with thousands documented in countries like Germany and Canada. Witnesses describe hovering orbs, cylinders, discs, glowing diamonds, and tall humanoid figures. Some claim missing time, direct contact with beings, or abduction-style experiences in hotspots like Florida, New York, and West Virginia. Viral videos show orbs interacting bizarrely with environments and those around us. So I don't know what this one is. Let's check this one out.
There it goes. What the fuck?
It is interesting with some of these videos. You will like the people.
What the fuck?
Like that could be missiles or a test or something like that. But if you saw that,
just dropping,
that's in California. You would be like, "What the fuck? Is this like a missile test?"
Yeah.
Another stationary one.
What the fuck?
What are they? What is that?
The tether was supposed to be 12 miles long. That's fucking crazy.
What?
12 miles is the tether. So think about all those objects flying around.
We got 2 left.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And there's one, like, there's like, what, a plane or a star underneath that just disappeared.
Oh, that blinking light. It's changing directions. What the hell?
Dude, I don't know.
Dude, if I saw that, I would lose my mind. I'd be like, it's here. The invasion is here.
Yeah. And
Holy
then even
fuck.
if it is a missile test, it's still fucking, there's a missile. You know, it's not
Rihanna
like.
did speak of diamonds in the sky.
Yeah. Like
Diamonds in the sky.
Yeah. And then
I was
there was
thinking
like
of some kind of gay Rihanna.
There goes away.
I
There was this
actually thought
guy.
that
Did you see that?
was Uncle Semite that said that.
Alien documentary where it's like the guy took his plane, he just kept flying. His wife left him, and he just kept flying to fucking record the UFOs.
No, that sounds weird.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
That's I used to be obsessed with those docs and stuff like that. It is strange. What's this one? Let's play this one. I think this is AI. I just wanted to pull it up because I think it's funny. Like, and imagine if with all the AI stuff, they're like, no, this is like AI, but it's actually real. That's definitely fake. But what if it wasn't? And we just don't know now.
I want it to be real.
There's definitely weird. These are military crafts, in my opinion. That's fake as
The
fuck.
triangular one.
The triangular ones to me seem as if they're probably military crafts. Yo, if this was real, you know, crazy. That guy's getting abducted on camera. I don't think it's real.
No one's gonna help him.
You're like, oh shit, Alejandro is fucking gone now. He just like disappeared from. It's so funny. He builds his house on this fucking mountain, and he's like, "I've been waiting my whole life for this shit."
Alejandro from Koala is gone.
We're gonna go live, I think, on Friday. I'm debating on what to do, but I told Billy, I was like, we didn't do something fun like aliens. And there's an episode. This guy, his name's something Boaz, and he got abducted by aliens and fucked by them. And he said like mantis creatures are watching him. It's like super bizarre. It is strange because like now with AI, you'd be like, no, it's AI, it's fake. And how would anybody really tell what is going on, right?
Yeah. And you could get full on fucked by an alien and no one would believe you, right? Like it's like trying to tell people about COVID, right? It's like, no, the plastic divider is not going to stop germs from fucking spitting
That's
out
what
of
they
my
claim, like that. Why they would go after like country bumpkins. I always made this joke on the show that it's like it'd be like, yeah, I'm Jed. I live on the farm. It's me, my daughter, my cousin, my other cousin, and it's just like, who's gonna believe that guy? You know?
Fuck no.
So let's play this video.
Cows.
On Capitol Hill with Representative Eric Burleson showing some whistleblower video during a hearing about UFOs. It seems to show a U.S. military drone shooting a missile at an unidentified object just off the coast of Yemen last year. But as CBS News senior national security correspondent Charlie D'Agata reports, the aerial mission did not go as planned.
The newly released video captured by a U.S. Reaper drone shows a glowing orb off the coast of Yemen. Suddenly, on the left side of your screen, you see a Hellfire missile zip in, strike that unidentified object, then bounce right off it. When we slow the video down, you see the Hellfire missile continue to travel on its path, that trajectory becoming clearer from this zoomed-out angle. Not shown is a second Reaper drone that launched the missile. Congressman Eric Burleson shared the video at a House Oversight Committee on what the military calls unidentified aerial phenomena, better known as UFOs.
That's a Hellfire missile smacking into that UFO and just bounced right off. And it kept going.
It kept going, and it looks like the debris was taken with it.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
We've never seen a Hellfire missile hit a target and bounce off.
Lou Elizondo is a former...
Seems a little psyop-y to me, but that is, if that is based on any fact, that is crazy. That, like, they actually are admitting it now and saying, yeah, we have footage of this. We don't know what it is. It literally, the missile bounced off it like it was, like, ricocheting off rubber. It's like what the fuck is going on then?
Yeah.
Off of Yemen, off the coast of Yemen.
Yeah.
It's
no
crazy.
one would believe the Yemenis either.
Yeah, they've been fucked by the
Big time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get
But
into
yeah,
that
like with
topic,
that
but-
one, it's like that one. It almost went right through. Like it's like they're like, yeah, it fucking just bounced off. No, it looked like it fucking. Remember in like Men in Black or something? It's like when you shoot them and it just goes through, or The Mask.
Yeah.
That's what it seemed like.
Yeah,
You got shot and
Just
then
like-
you spat the bullets out.
It's crazy. I got some other shorter ones. Let's play this one. At this point, I think those were missiles.
That guy's girlfriend sounds hot.
Oh, no. Please don't hurt me, UFO. Yeah, I want to bang through these next two, and then I have one last to play near the end to have a thought of yours. But see, this is military to me. That shit is fucking weird, though. But who knows? You never know if these are real or not, or... I like the sci-fi music. See, and they could be testing military craft all the time, and they're just like, well, let's fuck with these people. It's the Third Reich. The Fourth Reich. That's super bizarre. Yeah, if I saw that, I'd shit myself. I think all the metallic UFOs are military. I think the ones that are shining lights like that is absolutely crazy. I don't know what that is. That is crazy. Like, if any of those are real, especially the ones where it's like they're just like shining different colors and like brightening, and then it's like this was the wonder I had when I was a kid. I was like, I want that to be real. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a big thing about it when you're a kid, is I forgot about that. When you're a kid, you're just like, please be real. Like, you really desperately wanted it to be real. And then that's kind of where they put the well poisoning in, right? Because then you're like, oh, this is real. And then you believe this fucking wrong one. Yeah, it is. And then you believe the one wrong one, and then you're like, fuck, it's real. And then you look like an idiot because you just wanted so badly to believe everything that you believe this stupid one that the CIA
I was one of those kids, dude. I was out there smoking, being like, everything that moves in the sky, it's aliens, and they love me. They're focused on me. I'm different. I'm gonna make it. They're gonna come. They're gonna come abduct me, and you know. And I if they give me one of the Palladian ladies, I might be okay with that. I don't want to fuck a praying mantis creature though, because they seem
the Palladians are hot.
Let's play one more. Oh, no sounds fine. France. This was recently just a light fucking the clouds. Inserting
light fucker.
And yes, sounds weird.
Looks like
but like there
is it two things?
It's like mutating. Yeah. Something's following behind it. Like a plasma.
Yeah.
Someone wants to go to an alien rave. Uncle Samite wants to go to an alien rave.
It's a beta orbiter trying to lock down the lady UFO. I'll do anything for you.
That men have lost their motivation to get with women nowadays. It's crazy. What the fuck happened to men?
That shit. I know.
Yeah, that is just strange. If you did catch that, like the fact that there is amateur, like I don't know, filmmakers and people that just have telescopes, and they catch weird stuff all the time. Because now there are telescopes where you can film stuff, and it is really bizarre. But what's even more bizarre is these missing scientists. The remains the most disturbing and fast development since around 2022. At least 10 to 11 and possibly more scientists, defense contractors, military officials, and researchers linked to nuclear, aerospace, and advanced materials, propulsion, anti-gravity, or UAP-related projects have died mysteriously or vanished. Retired Air Force Major General William Neal McCaslan, a former Air Force researcher lab commander with UFO community ties, including brief consultation for Tom DeLonge to the stars. I think that's kind of a psyope. We can mention Tom DeLonge, but he disappeared February 27th, 2026 from Albuquerque, New Mexico home. He left his phone behind, his glasses and devices, but took hiking boots, wallet, and a revolver. Searches continue with no foul play, confirmed through speculation. Obviously, the speculation continues. That's very strange. You know,
Yeah.
There's also
I met Tom
Air Force.
DeLonge, by the way.
Did you actually?
Yeah, my dad worked on the first Date music video with Blink 182, and he didn't say shit about aliens at the time, but he said nothing about that. But they were very nice. But when he came out with that video, it was shit. He was definitely working with the government. That was fucking terrible. His Joe Rogan appearance.
Yeah, I thought that was terrible. Yeah, I can't say anything. Sorry, I can't talk about that.
What?
He literally just kept saying he couldn't talk about it.
I thought Tom DeLonge was threatening you. Yeah, he's nothing to be afraid of. He's a nice guy.
He's like right there, and if I expose his secrets, he's gonna take Travis Barker's drumstick and shove it directly in my eye socket.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, Travis is who you should be scared of. He's immortal. He died in a plane crash and came back.
Dude,
DKAM
that shit is. Yeah, I think he could be a clone. He's connected to the Kardashians, which have very dark satanic ties to things, and
weird.
They're I don't even know if they're human. They're Armenian, so you don't know.
Yeah, but then so with all these people that are missing, it's like with us. So you look at it like with us, we're like, oh, all these UFO guys, all these anti-gravitational researchers have gone missing. All these nuclear scientists have gone missing. But, that happens in Iran all the time, right? I mean, Israel's taken out a similar amount of nuclear scientists in Iran, but that's just here.
That's just anti-Semitic.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
And there's a lot of cases of that, and there's there's been Israeli officials that have came out a long time ago that claim that they had footage of UFOs. Blink 182 has threatened my life. Blink 182 times if you're being held captive. So there's Air Force Intelligence Officer Matthew James Sullivan, Bronze Star recipient of top secret clearances, who claimed firsthand knowledge of non-human craft in U.S. possession and agreed to testify before Congress on crash retrieval programs before dying mysteriously in 2024, ruled as an accidental overdose of alcohol and meds shortly after. Obviously, I have David Wilcock and lawmaker and reps like Eric Bollerson, and others among the FBI. White House are investigating potential foul play. Sure, they are. Foreign espionage, obviously China, it has in quotations. Yeah. National security risk or silencing over suppressed knowledge. While some cases involve health issues, accidents, or no UFO link, the patterns and ties are sensitive and they ignite this intense conspiracy theories. Trump has been briefed and called it serious, vowing to find answers. I don't know if I believe you there, Epstein's buddy.
Epstein's boyfriend. But yeah, it's like, dude, when I was reading that, it's like, yeah, they've all gone missing. So they've already all gone missing. And then the FBI is like, we have vowed to look into this. It's like if fucking Iran's fucking nuclear scientists, one of them dies, they're like, okay, they all get security details. And then it's like with the FBI, they're like, we'll start looking into it, right? And then it's like also, if I was in help or if I was in distress, one of the last people I would call would be Kash Patel. If like my wife got attacked and then I was like, Kash Patel is fucking on the case. Nothing.
That guy, man, he looks fucking crazy. That photo of him where he's like,
Dude, he sells merch. He has a merch site.
Dude, he was like,
called Punisher.
He's psychotic. He tried to deny that he had an interview with Stu Peters. He was on Stu before he went to the White House. He went on Stu Peters' show like 8 times, and then somebody brought up, you know Stu Peters, right? And he's like, I don't know that name. And he's like, and then so Stu Peters played the clip. I actually like Stu Peters. I think that he's trying to expose some of the stuff going on. I've listened to him for quite a while now. I don't listen to all of his stuff because, like, I used to listen to his podcast, and man, it's depressing. It's just like the government's trying to kill. Yeah, it's like he has a lot of relevant information. I was talking to some of his staff years ago about getting him on the show, about probably a year or two ago, and maybe a little longer. And we were in talks to get him on the show and stuff like that. And then something happened. He got busy because he was on Instagram for a brief moment, and then I talked to his PR team or whatever, and then he just been deleted off everything. But like when I used to listen to his show, it is just like the world is coming to an end. They're trying to kill us. They're gonna kill us if we don't do it. It's so much like it's nice. You need a break from that.
Yeah,
you know, I already listen to Jeremy tell me that every time I listen to him. It's like I need a break sometimes. Just listen to like Jamie Kennedy or something.
Yeah, but it's almost like you have to look at it from a more positive aspect. Like it's like with aliens too. It's like, great, we can bang Pleiadians, right? Like it's like I think that would be my challenge for myself, is to look at all this depressing shit and find some fucking joy in it, right? Like it's like even mass immigration, dude. Every Indian guy that comes here, I get an inch taller, my cock gets a fucking inch longer, right? I've become one of the tallest people in Canada just because Indians are, it's me getting bigger every day, right? So it's.
I don't think there's any benefits, but like that.
Yeah, you're right.
You got it is crazy. I didn't ask to have this happen to my homeland, and then there'll be people be like, well, the natives didn't ask either. I was like, what, for like advanced technology and infrastructure and
that's what I mean. They wouldn't be here. None of them would be here.
We want to let's decolonize, and we'll go back to the Stone Age. That's what that's what decolonization is. You go live in a teepee, get out of your house, get off the internet, get off the don't have electricity, and go live in a teepee in your backyard and go try to find some bison that don't exist. Like this is the world that they're saying decolonization is, and it's so funny because during to get off a tangent, during Diwali, there was a video where they're lighting off the fireworks, and they're like, decolonization is great. You dumb motherfuckers, this is colonization without the benefits of white Europeans who brought advanced technology. This is just you dominating with the sheer number of people with your culture that is not compatible with the Western world, claiming it's decolonization while you're literally doing what the definition of colonization is, which also was the definition of what other native tribes to each other. There's so much hypocrisy, and that's why I call it out all the time, and I'm sure people don't like that because I've gone viral so many times on Facebook talking about like, no, like without white people, Canada does not exist, and neither does a Canadian. That did not exist. So everyone shut the fuck up. We were like, the natives are the real Canadians. Okay, was there a country called Canada? Because the word Canada, they claim, comes from Canada, which is the word of village that was coined by the Iroquois, who weren't even in Canada. They weren't in this up here in this North America. They were in the States. It's so people are retarded, man.
Yeah,
everyone's dumb. Get your hides drying. Like what? And another thing to harp on that for a sec. Do you know, like all those headdresses that all those stupid chiefs that are stealing all the money from the indigenous, and then like they all just like politicians do to us, all those headdresses that they're wearing, they didn't fucking exist. They did not wear headdresses like that. And if you did, you were a chief that literally like would kill other tribes and all that. You were like the totem. Top of the tippity top of the totem pole. It was reserved for like specific, and they did not look like what they're wearing now. That is the biggest grift. They made this up, man.
Yeah. Well, it's like back in the day, we would go to Grouse Mountain, and then they're like serving salmon, and they do these dances, and it's like, you guys didn't fucking. How do you know what these fucking dances are? Apparently, your entire history has been wiped away, and so it's just like they have this culture of tricking white people. And we would go to the Longhouse, and speaking of propaganda, we'd go to the Longhouse, and it's like this native Longhouse as children. And then there's like this little midget. Yeah, the feathers are made in China. And then there's this little midget native guy, and he's going around being like, your name is Mr. Otter. Your name is Beaver, River Beaver. And then we're like, oh, we've been given our native names. And then we were going down the Cheakamus when we were scouts, and I looked, and I was like, hey, there's a native midget guy. And he's wearing an Iron Maiden t-shirt, and he's fucking drinking a beer. And I was like, hi. And he looks at me, he's like, fuck you. I was like, what? I thought I was Mr. Otter. So it
is off, and not like, I grew up with indigenous friends and stuff like that, but and it's why we're talking about this has nothing to do with aliens, is because it is a big grift in Canada. If you're not from Canada, this whole thing has been a manufactured communist lie. They used it. This is a communist ideology to pit like settler against, like oppressor against the oppressed, and all this stuff. Yeah. And it's like, you have been given $2 trillion at this point. Give white people $2 trillion, and we will leave you alone. We'll go to like Antarctica, and we'll build something even greater than what the Nazis accomplished. So go fuck yourself.
Give me fucking $7,000. I'll say I love Israel. I'm open for business.
It's my I literally like in my opinion, the indigenous tribes that exist here benefited the most from colonialism because, and they're like, well, the genocide. There was no genocide, first of all. That's Pontiac's rebellion. The blanket theory is not. It's a theory. There's no proof that they killed people through using fabrics that diseases couldn't survive on to begin with, in the way that they're claiming through germ warfare. Yeah, it's like it's such a huge lie. No, it's possible. It's almost impossible to transfer diseases through like fabric blankets like that. And it came from one theory during Pontiac's rebellion, revolution in America, and there was no. The intent was not there. It is fucking crazy.
And then it's just also they're just like, oh, we would have beaten you, but we were sick. We weren't feeling great that day. It's like, we fucked you guys up.
So. Check this out. There was 300 to maybe 200,000 native tribes that existed within the confines of what we now know as Canada. Many of them were nomadic and traveled across the land. They weren't like making settlements. Only maybe a small percentage of them actually did, right? They moved with the seasons because they couldn't necessarily survive in some of the harsh winter climates that Canada. They were living across the borders and stuff in along the Great Lakes, right? There is more indigenous people alive today. There's now a couple million compared to a couple 100,000. So they've actually there's no genocide. That's a Marxist lie. It doesn't exist.
Yeah,
and realistically, you would still be living in the Stone Age. That's not like
their population. I know. I was looking at that too. I was looking at the indigenous population, and it's like their population has fucking exploded. Their population has grown by hundreds of percent, whereas white people's population has been fucking plummeting. So it's like theirs is going up, ours is going down, and you're getting genocided. And then it's like, another point about the fake stuff is Bannock, dude, because you were making me think about that, about them traveling around. They didn't grow, they were not farmers. They just hunted.
No agriculture.
Yeah, but then it's like when we're going to outdoor school, they're like, oh, the traditional food of the indigenous people, Bannock. Well, how did they get fucking flour if they didn't, they didn't have crops? So it's like even their traditional food that they're saying,
even their corn,
was not traditional. Yeah,
it was decoration. Like that's what there used to be jokes. We used to be able to make fun of this stuff, and it was like Indian, because they used to call them Indians or whatever, not Indians from India, but the Native Americans. There's a God in everything, right? It's not disparaging. I'm not trying to disparage the thing. I'm just saying this was a joke that was made it's like, is that God? And it's like it's a piece of corn in your fucking shit after you taking the shit. Is that a God? Because they used to think that God was in everything, right?
Yeah.
Trying to convince us that nuns were basically murderous Nazis is hilarious. No, that's true. That's the whole point too. Is they're like they try to claim the nuns had guns and they were like shooting down children. It is the blatantest. lie, and this is what communists do, right? The communists do, like what famously Karl Marx said was accuse your enemy of everything you are doing. Yes. So whatever the government tells you what white people or what people are doing or what white Europeans did from the past, that's because they're doing it right now. And they're 100%. Trying to gaslight you and to make you believe that our ancestors were evil when it's literally them like killing 100,000 Canadians with MAID.
Yeah, and that's like I had a massive argument with an ex-girlfriend about that point because we were watching this 1914 war movie and all the nurses are like, oh, those nurses, they're heroes. And then so in their mind, what happened is those nurses came back to Canada and then just were like, flip the switch and we're like, know what? Now I'm going to become evil. I'm going to go work in a residential school because all the people who worked in residential school are the exact same type of people who would have been nurses, right? So now they're coming back to residential school and they're like, no, I just want to beat kids, you know? And even at the society at the time would have seen these people working in residential school and been like, good job, you're helping beat the native out of them, right? So it's like, these people at the time were considered, they're like, wow, you're an upstanding member of society. Look at her. She helps the dumb native kids. Look at, oh, what a great lady. But now at the time, they're like, no, they were evil. Such lies.
And the thing about this too, without the residential schools and teaching them the ability to read and write, how would they have ever been able to preserve their culture that was word of mouth spoken through folklore stories? So like realistically, we can't even determine what they're telling us about their culture and what they were doing is even factual, right? And I've just pointed this out many times. History isn't a Disney movie. This was happening also in European countries before the advancements of like the revolutionary age of technology in the revolution. Like Europeans killed each other for thousands of years. Other white people killed each other over territory, the Irish, the British, or whatever. And then they realized, oh, we could, we're going to move past some of this issues and advance our empires across the world. And then they set their sights on other people and then gave them things that they would have never been able to achieve. And that is like just a fact. You can see it everywhere you go. Are the people that are being flooded into Europe benefiting Europe? No, it's actually degraded their entire society into lawlessness, chaos, and crime. And that's not racist or hateful to acknowledge that is fucking true. It's the way they try to gaslight you and tell you like all these things aren't happening. And like I said, it gets brought up on the show, even though we're talking about, because I'm living through this shit. I'm living through. I'm in my 30s. I saw what Canada and the Western world and what it looked like before all of this shit. So don't lie to me and tell me Indians have always been here and this has always been a multiculturalist. Shut the fuck up. That's not true. I lived through it. My parents lived through it. My grandparents lived through it. My great grandparents lived through it. Don't fucking gaslight me and tell me it's always been like this. It hasn't.
It's insane. They just need the dumbest fucking people. Like it's the people who believe this too. It's like, I grew up in a family of women. I've never seen a woman just be like, hey, I'm going to read a history book today. Right. So they have fucking nothing in there. Right. It's like when you watch the TV news and it's like a story you know about, you're like, oh, this is totally wrong. And then the next story comes on. You're like, oh, yeah. Of course. This story, you believe it.
Well,
you have nothing in your head.
Give a woman a book called What Is He Doing in the Window or The Killer Next Door. They'll eat that shit up. But give them Mein Kampf and they'll be like, I ain't reading it. We're just gonna bring it back to my it's crazy. I had fun with this. I just wanted to kind of have a fun episode about UFOs and different conspiracies, but obviously some of the political aspect of things going on gets brought up. But I enjoyed myself. There's a lot of weird shit going on. And realistically with me and you, Mac, I had one more video. I'll save it till we do something else later. Realistically, when we do episodes, there might be a possibility where I can just maybe bring a little small point form notes and we can kind of just go off about anything, because we kind of bounce around and I find it a little more fun that way of just talking about crazy stuff that's going on,
I have ADHD.
That was fun. I enjoyed this. We all know. It's so fucking crazy. I could talk about that for 15 minutes. ADHD doesn't exist. It's fucking made up. Just kidding. But everybody out there, stay strange. I'll next time maybe we'll just do a full on rant episode again because I find those fun. But we appreciate you guys joining. Subscribe, support. Obviously, we talk about controversial stuff and go off topic on things. But follow Mac at I Like Old Fights. He's making a new account called I Like Old Bikes, and they're going to just be vintage bikes that
just bike photos
Hitler enjoyed riding on. That was just so funny. I was going to cut that clip. Just make a whole account. I like old bikes.
And thank you to Dent Lover.
But they only have to be the big wheel.
And Mr. Cotton, thank you.
Yes,
they're fucking awesome. And Alexis, there's a lot of people talking. Derek, thank you guys for listening. Yeah, there was a fair amount of people in the chat and talking with us, and we went on YouTube. There probably would have been more, but we're banned right now, so you guys will see this after. A lot of strange shit going on. There's going to be even more stranger things at some point. Like that's why I said I was like, at this point, doing structured episodes with you would maybe be pointless, and we just talk about the current crazy things that are happening because there's never not content because of how crazy the world is, man. Yeah. So I'm gonna get onto it.
I have to search for the crazy stuff.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be reading everything, following everything. Yeah. Let's get it.
Let's create some cool shit. We'll pump out some content. All right. Support all the stuff. Like, subscribe, share it, all that good stuff. Support us on Patreon, all that good stuff. Mac is going to be a reoccurring guest, so this is going to be a lot of fun. He's going to become someone of a co-host with me. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm warming up right now for the aliens.
All right. Everybody out there, stay strange, you fuckers.